My talk at the table is an update on a man we first met in April. Bradley Arrowood was sentenced to life in prison without parole for a murder he committed in the 90s. In 2018, he was released by a California parole board that recognized the rehabilitative work he did in prison. Our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, checked in on Arrowood and found out that he is prospering while proving to the public and himself that he is worthy of a second chance.
There we go. You're going to be a soccer player.
Since we first reported the story of Bradley Arrowood, the ex-con who walked out of prison 5 years ago with $800 in his pocket.
You ready? Where's my buddy?
The dog training business he started is prospering.
We'll put dogs in that area.
And last year, he purchased a home, a 2-acre property north of Los Angeles, perfectly suited for the service dogs that he trains and boards.
This is kind of the best part of the job. Even though we have to train these dogs got to have fun.
I got the unusual opportunity to know him 2 years ago when I hired him to train my dog, and he quickly told me about his past.
Visit. And I was honest with you. And I said, had I known the facts before you came here, I wouldn't have had you here.
You wouldn't have called.
By his own admission, he was a hardcore Los Angeles biker, a bagman for drug money who killed a man he claimed had had an affair with his wife.
You lured him to a house, you beat him, you duct taped him, and he suffocated because of that.
That and a broken nose, yes.
Arrowood was sentenced in 1995 to life in prison with no possibility of parole under tough-on-crime laws that were championed by many people, including California's former governor, Jerry Brown.
I had a death sentence, basically, death by incarceration.
And what has changed?
What really hit home was 7 years into my sentence, finding out I had a daughter that was placed in the foster care system. She was told that I don't love her, don't want her, and hurt people for a living.
The prison offered classes and counseling, and he signed up for all of it.
Jerry Brown.
Then, in 2010, Jerry Brown was elected California's governor again, a generation after he left office the first time. And he had a change of heart about life sentences.
When you were governor the second time, it wasn't just sort of your morality and your conscience that led you to think we need to give people a second chance. You also have the federal courts telling you your prisons are overpopulated and you've got to reduce that.
Yes, that was a big nudge. Without the federal court, it would have been very hard to do as much as we did.
The governor, retired now on his Northern California ranch, told us about how he used his power to commute the sentences of nearly 300 inmates between 2017 and 2018, inmates including Arrowood.
In commuting your sentence, Brown didn't free you. Brown just said,
No.
I will give you the opportunity
To prove yourself to my board.
Arrowood earned a bachelor's degree and 2 associate degrees while in prison. He became a model prisoner and was chosen by a prison captain to lead a team of inmates who trained difficult dogs that would have otherwise likely been euthanized. His prison record impressed the parole board. He was released after serving more than 25 years.
When I say the name Jerry Brown,
It's a miracle.
ever met him?
No, I haven't.
Want to?
I would love to.
At our invitation, he traveled with us to see him.
Good to meet you, Woody. Come on by.
I had a million things written down in my mind, but I don't even know how to say how much thanks and gratefulness for you taking a chance.
And that takes us to today.
And this is Ronnie. He's our kennel assistant and trainer apprentice.
But Ronnie, who asked us not to use his last name, is much more than that. He's a former prisoner who served 20 years for killing a man when he was 17. Now 51, a father and a free man, he's using his second chance to learn from men like Arrowood.
I just think coming from a place of hopelessness that we all experience that, and to overcome that, to have all that feeling for many years and to realize, hey man, this is not the life I want to live.
Working alongside him is Lorenzo Flores, also a fellow lifer who spent time in prison with Arrowood. Now he is Arrowood's #2 service dog trainer.
I think everybody should look back and see what is it that they can improve on themselves, because that's what I do every day. I want to improve myself as I go.
We're giving back. We're helping dogs. Dogs changed each one of us in some way of bringing back out humanity. It teaches us to care
for something other than ourselves.
In addition, Woody, as he's known, is starting a program where he is training service dogs that will be given for free to people who can't afford service dogs but need them. Also, he's starting a program where he's volunteering with the California Department of Rehabilitation. In fact, we were there when an adult woman with autism came by and for 5 hours stayed with them. And under their supervision, she helped to walk the animals, play with the animals, sit with the animals. And it was incredible to watch these men who had gone to prison and thought they would spend the rest of their life there, come out and give a second chance and start giving a second chance to people with disabilities like this woman. It was somewhat humbling to watch that.
David, it's such a wonderful story. It reminds me of two things. First, the power and the presence of dogs in people's lives, what a dog can do for somebody, and also a reminder that what a person does on the worst day of their life, even if it's the worst thing a person can do, that is not all you are or all you can be in your life. And your piece really underscores both those points. I hope you keep following this story.
Well said, Tony.
All right, David Begnaud, thank you.